So in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about creating that new life that you are ready to create, that you want to create for yourself. And there are 4 simple steps that you can take to create this new life. Now, I do want to put a little disclaimer here because when I say 4 simple steps, these actions or these things are simple, but they're not necessarily easy to implement, because when you are used to a certain pattern, when you are used to doing things a certain way, it isn't necessarily easy to change, how you think, how you feel, how you perceive, how you look at the world, how you look at your life. It's not necessarily easy to do these things. So I do want to kind of mention that, because this means that you're going to have to really make a commitment. You're going to have to really make some changes with how you look at yourself first and foremost, in order to usher in that change, in order to really, really bring in the new experience that you are craving, that you want to have, and that you so deserve to have in your life. The very first step in this process to get you aligned and get you ready for 2025 is to get clear. Without clarity, there is no point in taking action, because your actions are going to be all over the place. They're going to be a waste of time. It's not going to yield the results that you want. And I know that, to take it from somebody that has taken lots of action without necessarily having clarity. So everything that I'm sharing here really in this video today is things that I've personally experienced, things that I've personally gone through and have had to overcome within myself to level up, to become a new version of myself, to become the empowered version of myself that can create that new life, that can create a brand new experience. Like, I have had to do some serious inner work and some serious overcoming within myself. It's always overcoming our own demons that can be the most challenging in life now, isn't it? So the best way to overcome them, the best way to stop wasting your time, though, is to get clear. Where are you going to put your focus, your energy, and your time, and your commitment? And I've mentioned this stuff in previous videos, and I'm going to keep mentioning this because this is the time. Like, right now is the most important time that we get our ducks in a row, that we truly set ourselves up in a way for the new year that is genuinely going to yield positive results. So I want you to think about this for a moment. What are you going to change in your lifestyle, in the way that you think, in the way that you look at yourself or love yourself, to actually make a difference? Just think about that. Sit with it and think about, what do I actually need to change to actually make a difference? It's essentially like a self-awareness exercise, right? This is becoming very, very aware of yourself, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, because it's not about working harder. Okay. And that was the misconception I had for the longest time. Like, if I just do more, if I just invest more time, more energy into XYZ, then it is going to yield more results or better results. And that is actually not true. What that leads to is burnout. And what that leads to is resentment, resentment towards the things that you want to accomplish, because it becomes so hard to maintain the pace, to keep up with yourself, to keep up with the excessive amount of things that we give ourselves, and putting more time and more energy into something without seeing results is going to make you want to quit. And this is why a lot of people end up quitting. This is why a lot of people can't commit. And I noticed for myself, the thing that really changed the game for me is pushing everything aside that doesn't grow me. And I recognized that it was about freeing up energy so that I have that energy to invest in other things. So again, the working harder is not going to work. Not in this new paradigm and not in this new energy that we're now in. Working smarter is what is required to make progress. So ask yourself this one question. What have you struggled with the most in 2024, and why? What was your biggest struggle? What was the most challenging thing that you experienced in 2024? Something that you couldn't change about yourself, about your life, your lifestyle, that you wanted to change, that you were hoping to change. And why were you not able to change it? Like, what was getting in the way? Was it your beliefs about that? Was it your mindset? Was it the way that you see yourself? Was it the way that you were looking at the situation? Like, what was it? Was it a lack of discipline? Was it a lack of commitment? Was it fear or avoidance of discomfort that kept you stuck? Because again, what I noticed for myself is that I can't change if I'm more loyal to my comfort zone than I am to my dreams, than I am to my goals. So if I choose comfort over the commitment, over the discipline, then I'm not going to get where I want to go. Then I'm not going to achieve what I want to achieve. And one of the things, like real talk, that I did for myself, that I told myself and I continue to tell myself, is that growth is uncomfortable. Get over it. And when I talk to myself in this way, I am actually empowering myself, because I remind myself that I have one life to live. How do I want to live that one life? What do I want to experience? Because staying in my comfort zone isn't going to get me there. Like, it's not going to allow me to experience those things. So like, get over the fact that, growth is uncomfortable, because you have to think of growth too, in the sense that like, it's only going to take a certain amount of time. It doesn't mean that you have to constantly be growing. It doesn't mean that you have to constantly push yourself or like force things or whatever to like get that growth or accomplish it. Usually, again, something I've discovered, it is insane focus, insane attention, unwavering focus, unwavering attention towards a goal for like a set period of time, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, is actually sufficient. And you can have such a massive like quantum leap from like here to here within that short period of time if you apply yourself correctly and if you really remain focused and disciplined for that period of time. And what I notice is that focus and discipline actually builds momentum. So it's like the more I commit to focus, the more I commit to discipline, it's only really hard in the beginning because I'm not used to it, right? And then it builds momentum. And it's like the more I do it, the more I begin to start enjoying it, because it just starts to feel natural. It starts to become more normal. It starts to become a part of my day-to-day routine. And then eventually it just gets me to this place where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is my new normal. And now it's like, it doesn't require effort for me to focus. It doesn't require like a lot of energy for me to focus. It just happens naturally because I'm actually enjoying the process, because it actually makes me feel like so fulfilled that I'm accomplishing something, that I'm making a difference in the world, that I'm putting myself out there, that I'm overcoming like comfort zones and like fear zones, right? These like bubbles that we put ourselves in when we're afraid to take action or to do certain things. It just keeps like busting through that glass ceiling. And like the more I bust through that glass ceiling, the more it just feels normal to me. Like the more it feels natural and the more I want to keep pushing it. Like I want to keep seeing how high I can actually go. Like how much further can I keep evolving and can I keep growing and how much more can I accomplish as I go. So it's a very interesting process. Like there was so much resistance within me before when it came to, changing my life, when it came to really committing to being in service to others, when it came to being super loyal to God, to my divine mission. I really struggled with that before, but I really struggled with it. And now in hindsight, I realize that I struggled with it because I didn't love myself and I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do to make myself feel good, to take care of myself in the ways that I needed to be taken care of, so that I have the energy, so that I have, the motivation, the inspiration to do what I was born to do, to show up in the world in the way that I genuinely want to show up in the world. So it's like the more I pour into myself, the more I have to pour into others. And then it's this beautiful cycle that just keeps unfolding and it keeps building momentum and it's going faster and faster. And it just gets you to this place eventually where you're just like, oh my God, like what was I even doing before? Because this feels amazing. This is who I truly am. And this is how I really want to live. And that, my friend, is limitless. There is no limit. Absolutely no limit. Like all of the limitations, all of the barriers, all of the glass ceilings that I had in my life or that I believed or imagined that were there, they're just not there anymore. It feels so good. And as we are winding down, because Sagittarius season is literally ending in the 21st, as we hit the winter solstice, Sagittarius season is going to end and we're going to move into Capricorn. And Sagittarius season has been about getting clear, getting very, very precise and knowing what the goals are, what the new experiences are that you want to have. It's like, where are you going in life? And creating a roadmap to that. And these 4 steps essentially are a very simple, like I said, simple, but not necessarily easy to implement because it's going to take work. It's going to take some overcoming in order to get this to build momentum. But once you start, it will build momentum. But Sag season is all about, really getting clear, knowing where you are pointing that arrow and knowing why you are pointing it there. Because Capricorn season is going to be all about the action. Capricorn, don't forget, is the hard worker. It is the sign of hard work. It is the sign of that commitment, that focus, the discipline. Ooh, Cap is all about the discipline, right? So Cap season is going to be all about pushing ourselves to that next level and being like, okay, now that I'm clear, now that I know what I want, now that I know what I want 2025 to be about for me, now that I know what I want to experience in 2025, and just as a side note here, please dream big, okay? Make it as huge and as ridiculous as you can possibly make it. Create the vision board, create the becoming board, because I've seen a lot of that too, is like you can create these becoming boards of like what you want to become. And you just put like little images of that, right? Getting very, very clear on that, putting all of this together, because come in a few days time, it's going to start to, it's like go time, baby. Like it's time to take action. It's time to get moving, and it's time to put those simple little steps in place that are going to get you there. It's not about doing more. It's about doing better. So make a list of your new priorities. Make a list of the experiences you want to have in 2025 so that you can start looking for those images, for that feeling. And remember, it's always about the feeling. Start cultivating that feeling within yourself of like, how do I want to feel and how do I want to experience what I'm experiencing? And think about this. What do you want to change the most in your life? What is that thing that is always bugging you? It's always in the back of your mind. It is always hovering in the background somewhere and just kind of is this constant reminder of like, yeah, this isn't in order in my life. This isn't balanced in my life. What is that thing? That thing that if you could just snap your fingers and make it magically better, what would that be? How would you want it to be better? And as examples here, I wrote down, this could be your body. If you are not absolutely in love with your body, then that means there's something that you need to tweak in your lifestyle to create that amazing body that you deserve, the amazing body that is underneath whatever you got going on right now. And the body could be very much health focused too. It's not just about external appearances, but about the cleanliness of your vessel. And I talked about how this is actually a goal of mine for this coming new year. Like I am fully visualizing and imagining and remembering how incredibly hot my body was when I was, even 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, like just reminding myself that there is this really fit, really gorgeous body underneath the extra layers of padding that I currently have. And it's not to say that I don't love my body right now. I do love my body right now. But I also know that I felt lighter. I felt better. I felt more fit, stronger, healthier, more energized when I was lighter. So my goal, 100%, is to go back to that ideal body weight that I used to be, because that's when I felt best. And in order for me to do that, I have to look at not just dietary changes, but look at, everything from skincare routine to hair, nails, all of it. And it's so funny. I just got back from Christmas shopping, and I was like literally in the store, and I'm looking at stuff, and I'm like, can't buy this because it's full of chemicals. Can't buy this because it's full. I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, you know what? I guess this is going to be the year when I learn how to make my own shampoo, my own soap, my own body creams, my own freaking everything, because that's how much I love myself. That is how much I want to take care of this vessel, make it as beautiful, as strong, and as healthy for as long as I possibly can, that I'm willing to invest the time. See, this is why I'm saying it's not about working harder. It's like being wiser. It's just putting energy into the things that are actually going to make a difference, that are in alignment with your heart and with your soul and with what you truly want for yourself. That's why step one is getting clear about, like, is it a better fitness level, more energy? Is it improved skin, more hair, better nails, improved eyesight, a tighter, more lifted chest or booty? Like, what is it that you dislike about your body right now that you want to improve upon, that you can improve upon? If it's finances, what about your finances do you want to improve upon? Do your current finances give you the absolute financial freedom to travel whenever you want, to buy whatever you want, to put your money and invest your money into things that bring you joy, that you actually want to invest in? Do you want to have an experience with your finances where you're actually working less but making more? Or do you want to make money in a way where you're doing something that you are absolutely in love with, that you literally jump out of bed every single morning with excitement to go do that thing? Because a lot of people make good money, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're happy with what they're doing. If it's the relationship pillar in your life that needs improvement, again, remember, what is that thing? If you could just snap your fingers and make it magically better, what is that thing that you would make better? And how would you want to see it be better? So with relationships, is it companionship? Is it partnership? Is it compatible friendships that are truly there for you, drama-free? Do you want to have friends that are also ambitious? Friends that perhaps are, even at higher plateaus than you are, because they become a constant inspiration to you, someone to look up to, something to aspire towards, right? These are surrounding ourselves with people that inspire us to become better, that inspire us to work on ourselves, to create a higher quality life for ourselves. That's the kind of life I personally want to experience. I want to be proud of the friends I have. I want to be proud of who I'm becoming. And I want them to support me and love me and encourage me to keep going on the days where I don't necessarily feel like it, right? Like, life is so precious, and we truly have like this one life. You have this one life to live in this one body that you currently have. How do you want to live it? How do you want to experience it? Because if I've learned anything in my ascension journey and in my awakening journey, that is that I can truly have and be everything and anything I desire. When it comes to lifestyle, how do you want to feel? Do you want to be proud of your daily routine? Feel really good, really excited, getting out of bed every single morning? Because me personally, if I really look and if I'm really honest with myself, I want my lifestyle to be like super fulfilling. So ask yourself, what are you currently doing instead of those things? Instead of the things that you wish you were doing, what are you doing instead? Because just getting clear about that alone is going to give you so much awareness where you can see, you're going to start to see where you waste time, where you could be more productive, where you could do something differently that'll just make your daily experience way better. The second step is to declutter your life. And I'm talking physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Decluttering your life. Once you have clarity about what you want, what kind of goals and accomplishments and life you want to experience in 2025, the second thing you're going to have to do is remove everything that hinders that, everything that gets in the way of that. And decluttering puts you back into your power and frees up a ton of energy. This means that you stop trying to figure out or mend relationships that are difficult, draining, or with people that just simply refuse to grow and refuse to change. Leave it. Let them, leave them where they are. Let them be where they are and where they choose to be. And you literally drop it. You close the door. I was just telling a client the other day, it is so incredibly important for us to close doors on people. Even leaving it open a crack is going to drain your energy. It means that you are still entertaining the BS. You're still entertaining that type of energy, right? So it's very important to close the door completely on people, especially when you're trying to change your life, on, like I said, people that just don't want to change, people that always bring difficulty, always bring this sense of within you. Leave them be. This 2025 is the year to focus on yourself. And sometimes people are not necessarily like that feeling. And, it could be a friend that is just not very uplifting. Again, who do you surround yourself with? Don't waste your time with people that are not inspiring to you, that really are not making any change or any progress in their life whatsoever, that are not willing to or wanting to work on themselves, or even just looking at improving something. Someone that doesn't do anything to change is stagnating, period. That is the raw truth of it. They are stagnating. They are satisfied with their comfort zone and living at a certain baseline. And maybe that baseline works for them. But if you want to surpass baselines, if you want to surpass comfort zones, you're going to need to leave those kind of people behind. I'm telling you right now, they are draining your energy in ways that you don't even understand and you don't even notice. So giving to people that are stuck themselves is a no-go. Another thing you're going to want to leave behind is giving your attention to things that absolutely don't matter or make zero difference in your life. So this would be like news, social media feeds that are not contributing to your growth, tarot readings, prophetic word videos. I personally really don't like the prophetic word ones because I find there's just far too many people out there calling themselves prophets, and it's I'm not so sure. Have you done the deep spiritual work and the internal transformation that is required? Because people can just say all kinds of things and call themselves a prophet. I disagree with that. So don't waste your time with videos like that. Don't waste your time with external validation, wanting it or craving it. Forget it. Don't compare yourself to others, to what others have or where they are on their journey. That was a mistake I made in the last few years during my own ascension, when I'd watch videos of other people and where they were at. And then I realized it would always make me feel like crap because I always felt like I was behind. And that's actually not true. It's not the case. We are all on our own individual journey. Our circumstances for each of us is completely different. So where you are is where you begin. So you don't compare your step 1 to somebody's step 15. All that's going to do is stall you out and you're not going to be able to take action. Don't waste your time stressing about situations. Instead, whatever you can fix in your life, fix it. It's just do it. Take the time, sort it out, figure it out, get it off your plate so it's not wasting your energy. And most certainly don't stress about situations that are out of your control, things that you can't change. Nope, waste of time. Another thing to stop is to continue working in a job that you don't like without an exit strategy. If you do not like the job that you have been in because it's not fulfilling, maybe the pay is not great, whatever, I'm not saying quit your job, absolutely not. But what I am saying is create an exit strategy. That means you're going to have to come up with something new or start looking for a different job. And first and foremost, get clear on what it is that you actually want. Is there a company that inspires you that you want to work for? Is there a certain pay range that you want to experience? So getting clear on that so that you can actually manifest it for yourself is creating an exit strategy. So then you can finally leave what you are currently using right now just to pay your bills and to get by. Another thing to leave behind is to stop getting opinions from people who are not where you want to be. So somebody that hasn't done the work, and again, I see this out on YouTube a lot, is there's a lot of people, giving advice for things that they haven't actually done yet, for things that they haven't overcome yet within themselves. Everything that I'm saying to you right now are things that I have overcome. And it was blood, sweat, and tears, man, for me to overcome these things within myself. So I've been on this journey for the last 7 years. So the things I'm sharing with you are things that I've been gradually overcoming, building momentum with. So other people's opinion is only good if they know more than you on the subject that you are interested in, on the topic that you need to learn more about for your own self-improvement. That's when you can take advice. So it's like someone that has overcome something that you are currently struggling with. Another thing to leave behind is addictions. Of course, I've talked about that many, many times. This could be food addiction, shopping, substances, booze, drama addiction, Netflix, being externally focused 24/7. Even that's an addiction for a lot of people. A lot of people just absolutely can't stand sitting with themselves. They have a really, really hard time meditating. They have a really hard time quieting their mind or just being with themselves. And dopamine addiction, of course, that's like one of the worst things in our society currently, right? Is so many people struggle with dopamine addiction. So it's like the doom scrolling. And another way to free up your energy is to not engage in other people's drama, whether that's a friend, family member, coworker, doesn't matter who it is, do not engage. As soon as you see people are gossiping or saying stuff about other people, you walk away like, nope, not engaging in this. So like I said, Sagittarius is saying to you, what are you going to leave behind and drop this year to free up your focus, time, and energy for cap season? And as I'm saying all of this to you, I want you to also understand that the new year doesn't begin on January the 1st, even though the entire world celebrates January 1st as the first day of the new year. It isn't actually, because the new year doesn't begin in the middle of the winter season or at the beginning of the winter season, according to the rhythm of the planet and according to astrology. The new year officially starts on March the 20th with the spring equinox. So think of it this way. You have until March 20th, okay, to get all of this like momentum, right? To get everything sorted. That's why I said there's like a few days left of Sag season. Figure out, get clarity, figure out the goals that you're going to work towards, establish like 3 or 4 like bigger goals that you want to accomplish, and then think of March 20th as your deadline, okay? Where the new season begins, where the new cycle, the new year actually officially begins. Because let's not forget that Aries is the first sign on the zodiac wheel, not Capricorn and not Aquarius, right? And your personal year actually begins on the day of your birthday. So you can look at March 20th as a deadline for yourself, beginning now and implementing changes. But you can also look at your actual birthday. That is your personal new year. So I just began my personal new year yesterday because it was my birthday yesterday. And so my new year literally begins. I'm beginning a brand new trip around the sun. Today is my first day on that journey. And this is a beautiful time for me to move in to the next phase of my up leveling. So use these winter months to get your shit together, disappear for a while, and tell absolutely no one what you are working on and why you are working on it. Just do your thing in the background, because you don't need people's input or influence or opinions on anything that you're doing. It is only going to interfere. Stay in silence so that your success is the noise. The third step of this process is gift yourself a 90-day challenge. So from the first day of the winter solstice to the first day of the spring equinox is a 90-day period where you can absolutely transform your life. So bring balance to everything that you do over these next 90 days. Work on your body, work on your finances. You can start a new business, launch a new business, and even work part-time in it in 3 months' time. Start creating residual income for yourself that can become that exit strategy that I talked about before. You can start and finish a project in 90 days. And this project could be business related, something personal. It could also be like a home renovation project. So think about your home. Remember, I talked about the decluttering. What can you clear out of your home that you're not using, that is just taking up space, that is not bringing any joy or fulfillment to your life anymore? And can you Look at perhaps some kind of a home renovation project that you can finish. So for me, I 100% have some home reno projects. I've got some closets to build in the basement. I've got a bathroom in the basement that's half built and that was started over COVID and still hasn't been finished. And these are things that I want to get off my plate and I want to finish because I want to go down there and I want to feel amazing and I want to use these spaces in more constructive, more productive ways. I want my home to fully reflect the inner balance that I have created within myself. Because our home, whatever external chaos we have in the home, reflects your inner chaos. Especially if you feel like it's time to move and list the house for sale in the springtime. Then use these winter months to get some stuff, fixed up, renovated, whatever's broken, leaking taps, broken toilets, whatever. In 3 months' time, you can also challenge yourself to manifest a new relationship if you're single or if you're, wanting a new relationship. You can challenge yourself to make new friends. So you can join like Facebook groups and start interacting with people, kind of, putting yourself out there more, being less shy, less introverted. You can also join meetup groups. There's a ton of different meetup groups I was researching and found where, people, like-minded people, like there's hike groups and walking groups and all kinds of different things that we can join. There's so much available to us. There's truly no reason why anyone should feel like they're an island or why anyone should feel lonely or by themselves. There are so many opportunities in today's world for us to connect with one another. And this is the time to connect. Like this energy right now too, as we usher in 2025, the energy of 2025 itself is actually all about community. It is all about collaboration, coming together, strength in numbers, right? In 3 months' time, you can manifest a higher paying job. This is why I said in step 1, get clear on what you want. Feel it, believe it, become it. When you get clear and you sit with yourself and you feel into it and you build momentum into daily practices that are going to help you believe that you can have these beautiful changes in your life, you are going to genuinely experience them. Become that version of yourself that you desire to become, that excites you beyond belief. And I wrote down a thing here about using the 6 pillars of power to change your life in 90 days. Number 1 is clarity of the dream. So dream plus action equals opportunity. We create our own opportunities for ourselves. No one really creates those opportunities for us. The second pillar is taking action. So action without clarity is a waste of time. The third pillar to making this 90-day challenge possible is discipline. Dreams without discipline are only dreams. The fourth pillar is to drop fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Don't fall for it. Control the mind fire. So when your brain is lit up and it's spewing all that stuff to you that is just keeping you stuck and it's contracting you, you have to get very, very strong and in your power and keep reminding yourself, that's not my story. That's not my story. Only our minds keep our butts glued to the fear bench. Get off and start living. The fifth pillar is stay committed no matter what. You didn't come here to play small, to have small, to be small. And the sixth and final pillar is be your own hero. No one is coming to save you, nor do you want anybody to come and save you, because guess who needs saving? Victims. Only victims need saving, and you are not a victim. You are in your power, and you are capable of owning that power and taking action and making changes. So be your own hero. And step 4 of creating a new reality for yourself for 2025 is build a new foundation for yourself. You can't build a new life on an old foundation. It's not going to work. So you have to completely break apart the old foundation and build a brand new one. And what is the old foundation? The comfort zone. And the only way that you're going to build a new foundation is by starting your day right. You've got to be in the right headspace first thing in the morning, because I've noticed time and time and again that I will literally get up in the morning and my brain, as soon as I'm conscious, immediately starts with the fear-based thoughts, immediately starts with the old programming and the old dialogue. So it's like I have to, first thing in the morning, begin my day with meditation and begin with positive affirmations, because it immediately shifts me out of that. This is how I'm building the new foundation, and this is how I have been building the new foundation. It is making, it's literally changing my life. It's making a massive difference. Work on your belief system daily. Every single day, you got to say those affirmations so that you can unprogram the subconscious mind, release all those negative thoughts and the negative programming from your past, and create a new foundation. The new foundation is your belief system. Remember that our beliefs make up 99% of our experience. That is what you create your experience from. So work on your mindset daily. Start thinking progress, start thinking momentum instead of lack or instead of I'm stuck. Get out of those negative thoughts. Stand in your power. Stop telling yourself that you're lazy. Stop telling yourself that you can't, that it's too much work to change, that it's too hard, that you don't have the resources. This is all crap and you know it. Create a new daily routine. Having a morning routine and an evening routine is a game changer. It is so important. It is going to make an absolute world of a difference. It also gets you aligned into this systematic approach to your daily life. It really, really changes the game. Be open to learning new things. This is a massive part of building a new foundation. You can't build a new foundation on old knowledge. You need new skills. You need to learn new things, how to do new things, how to live in a new way, and expose yourself to information that you haven't exposed yourself to before. So do research, read books, switch out like the entertainment videos to more educational videos, videos that provide information that you can use as power. Remember, knowledge is power. Leave behind everything that built the old foundation. This is people, places, habits, beliefs. Be willing to do uncomfortable things. Again, remember that this is a 90-day challenge that you can do for yourself. And it'll probably be only really uncomfortable for like maybe the first 30 days. And after that, you're going to build so much momentum that it's just going to like just take off naturally. Like you're just going to want to keep doing it because your energy levels are going to change. Your mindset is going to change. Your approach to life is going to change. How you see yourself is going to change. Don't sabotage your own life when life gets tough. That is a very important part of building a new foundation. So when things get tough, approach it with love, approach it with an open mind, an open heart, and see how you can do things differently, how you can respond and show up for that situation differently. That will actually get you out of it faster. Love what you do every single day. Get excited every single day. Every morning I begin with this power meditation that puts me into this mindset of like, I love the challenge. I love this experience of changing my life. Like I'm really amping up myself to get into a mindset where being uncomfortable is fun. Doing new things is fun. Conquering my limitations is fun. And the last thing for building a new foundation is completely let go of any worries around timing. Yes, you're giving yourself a 90-day window, but don't worry about your timing. And even when things start off slow, you can suddenly get a massive boost of momentum and you can make up for so much lost time. That's something I've noticed too. So don't worry about the timing. Don't worry about your timing. We're all on our own journey. It's not a race to get there. It's all about building momentum. 2025 is the year of the snake. It is going to bring us massive opportunities. A lot of abundance. Snake is connected to abundance and prosperity. It's also connected to huge transformations. Remember, the snake sheds its skin. So this is the time to begin that shedding process, clearing out everything, shedding that old skin, that old version of ourselves. Because remember, my friend, that change is inevitable. It is constantly happening. There's a new train that you can now get on if you choose to get on it, or you can stay on the train that you were already on. But 2025, because the universe is encouraging everyone so much to create a new reality for themselves, and because there's such an opportunity to create a new reality for ourselves, the universe is saying, make the conscious choice to create a new reality, or I'm going to make the choice for you. And believe me, when the universe makes the choice for us, it is not fun. I've seen it playing out in other people's lives, and I've seen it playing out in my own life. And it is not fun. It's way more difficult. The challenge gets exponentially harder. So you make the changes willingly, create an amazing life for yourself, or the change is going to come in a way that is very uncomfortable and unpleasant. I hope you found these tips helpful. Write out some notes for yourself, little reminders, so that you can kind of bullet point like all the main takeaways for yourself out of this video. and just use it and put it up somewhere where you can read it every day, right? Where you can remind yourself every single day that that's right. I am working towards a goal. I'm giving myself 90 days and this is why I'm doing it. And this is what I'm going to accomplish at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.